Okay, so in today's video guys, we're gonna have a look at something a bit different, which if I'm not mistaken was dropped initially back in 2020, where we were receiving quite hyped releases for high retail prices which were just flying off shelves like crazy. So I decided to just sell some of my least worn shoes and maybe just get into my collection some shoes which I've been eyeing for a while now. So in today's video we're gonna have a look at a pair of Nike in collaboration with Mark Matthew Williams. So let's not waste any more time and just jump right into it. Hello guys, and welcome back for a brand new review. As I said earlier, in today's video we're gonna have a look at a slightly more different approach on a pair of sneakers, which is a collaboration between Nike and Mark Matthew Williams, which if I'm not mistaken at that time was quite high on the food chain at Givenchy. Not entirely sure if that's still the case. Nevertheless, this one was quite a hyped release which dropped in a few color combinations. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with the box guys, which as expected it will come in this matte black colorway with this Nike swoosh and lettering in this glossy effect, which on each side of the box will have the MMW and the Nike branding. And this one, it's actually quite a high box guys, so most definitely inside we're gonna have a big pair of shoes. So opening the box, inside we're also gonna have this very nice shoe bag, which it's, I would say, like a proper backpack. So let's just put this aside. So yeah, inside guys we're gonna have this very crazy release, which if I'm not mistaken dropped at the start of 2021. So this one will be the collaboration between Nike and MMW for the Air Zoom 4. So yes guys, as I said at the start of the video, in the next couple of weeks we're gonna have a look at some slightly different releases which dropped in the last 4 to 5 years, and I actually managed to get them for some reasonable prices, I would say. So today's one will be this collaboration between Nike and Mark Matthew Williams for the Nike Zoom 4, which I think dropped in this specific colorway at the start of 2021. The retail price was actually quite eye-watering. So this one came for 390 pounds or $450 US, which most definitely will make a big dent into your wallet. So yeah, straight out of the box guys, these ones are looking like a spaceship. Even though this black colorway doesn't show it as much, I really feel that this one looks quite futuristic, very interesting, and even though I was actually expecting this one to be quite heavy, it's actually not that bad. So yeah, this one, it seems that will take some inspiration from the ISPA Road Warrior, which dropped back in 2020. The upper, I think it's just coming on its own from Mark Matthew Williams, which will have a lot of this branding from Nike. So yeah, very glad that I managed to get this into my collection, and this one will be followed by a few other important ones. So with that being said guys, let's go ahead and also do a small breakdown of this very interesting collaboration. So starting at the top guys, we're gonna have this very breathable mesh material, which feels that it's gonna be present from the front to the back. And this one will have some reinforcements on top of the toe section with this fused material, on the sides as well. Then in the midfoot, on the medial side, you're gonna have this Nike swoosh, again coming in this fused material, which on the lateral side will be a bit smaller and tucked down under some different mesh, which on top will also have this TPU material. Then at the back, this one will be a bit more thicker. It will also have some extra padding as well, and covering this heel section also gonna have this heel counter support, which feels actually quite flimsy, but this one will have on top the Nike swoosh and also the MMW lettering. As in for the actual lacing system, we're gonna have these punch out holes which will keep in place these very thin laces, which to be honest they're not that bad. These ones are giving a good lockdown. So underneath these laces, guys, we're gonna have this very flimsy and see-through tongue, which will reveal your socks quite easily, which will be the case for most of this front part of the shoe and also the midfoot. So the breathability for this one will be actually great. So this tongue, as you can see, will also be split on the middle towards the top, which most definitely will sit quite nice on top of your foot. Then going inside of the shoe, guys, for this one I'm gonna have a small amount of padding here at the back, which will sit underneath this felt material. And also at the bottom we're gonna have this foam insole, which to be honest doesn't feel too great, but it's decent enough. This one also have this sizing tag attached to it, and at the heel section we're also gonna have this Nike swoosh and also the MMW lettering, which will come imprinted in this gray color. So now, guys, we can go to this very interesting looking, very futuristic also midsole, which will use some different materials. If I'm not mistaken, the top part feels like React or React-X, to be honest, which then will have some plate underneath, which will separate it from again some React-X here at the back. But at the front we're gonna have this very huge air zone units, which combined together are providing an interesting comfort. Most definitely you need to get used to this midsole. I really feel that, at least for my specific weight, this one sinks a bit too much at the back, where we're also gonna have this plate with this very huge gap between the React and this plate at the bottom. Yeah, most definitely this one looks very futuristic. As you can see at the back it's actually quite narrow, but at the front it's actually quite wide, which will actually give a very good stability. But in the same time you really need to watch your step, as this one can actually collide with your other foot. So most definitely it's like you need to learn how to walk with this pair at least in the first couple of hours. And as you can see here at the front, this one will also cover the front part of the tobo section with this rubberized material, which is actually quite thick. But yeah, most definitely a very futuristic design, but this one is still providing a more than decent level of comfort. So now, guys, we can finish with this rubber outsole, which will have this waffle pattern, which as you can see will also have some side protections here for these air zone units, which will also make it quite wide. Then at the back, this one will also cover this heel section as well. It really feels that from the back this one looks like a snowmobile. Most definitely this is looking quite interesting, and I would say that this thick rubber outsole, which is actually long and has these very big lugs, adds some extra weight, but overall it's not that bad. So this one also have a lot of these Nike swooshes and also the MMW imprints here towards the front. As in for the actual sizing, guys, for me, as I have skinny feet, for this one I went with a half size down, so this one for me fits me perfectly. But I would say that if you have normal feet you can just stay with your true to size, and just in case you have wide feet, I think you'll need to size up with at least a half size. I feel that these ones overall are a bit narrow. So overall, guys, managing to get this collaboration between Nike and Mark Matthew Williams, most definitely it's something which you don't see every day. And even though this one is like 5 years old, I really feel that it's still ahead of its time. This design, even now in 2025, looks more than decent. You don't actually see these very bold designs in a lot of releases. So yeah, most definitely I'm really glad that I managed to get this one into my collection, where we're gonna have a very breathable upper with this very futuristic design. We're also gonna have a very comfortable and different looking midsole, which again you don't see in most of the releases nowadays. I really feel that this one looks a bit like the more recent Balenciagas. which I guess in a way it's true. This one is also coming at a high retail price, which even now after 5 years on the secondary market, it's reselling for a lot of money. So most definitely guys, if you have the chance to go for this one, I would recommend it. For sure it's not one of your usual releases, and as I said earlier, in the next couple of weeks I will bring more releases like this, which I've been eyeing for a while, but for sure I was just waiting for these ones to go to a lower price. So yeah guys, this was my unboxing and reviewing of this very futuristic release from Nike and Mark Matthew Williams for this Zoom 4. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to press the like button, maybe also subscribe to the channel. Of course, if you want to have a look at any of my latest reviews, you can choose from any of the videos which you have now on the screen. And as always, I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching!